think we can go ahead and bet. King on the turn isn't great, but I do believe we have to continue betting. King should be better for my range. 7 on the river of clubs is really bad. We're going to go ahead and check. I don't think we see bluffs here. I think his delay on the turn kind of makes me think he was drawing. Can he have some 10s? I guess. But unless it's like a set, I don't think so. So I'm probably just going to check fold here. Check this one. I mean, when they take this long and then they bet, they're never bluffing. So he's just trying to figure out if he should bet something. Jack 10. Yeah. Maybe 3 barrels would have worked. But hard to say. No need to bet here. This player goes all in for 13. We're going to rejam. Just because queens. This player may do something silly with like a pair of 9s or 8s. So that's kind of why we're rejamming. He's never got kings, aces, or ace king. So ace is jamming for 13 bucks. Woohoo! You should have gotten cracked. Looks like that may be live. I don't know. 8s are pretty good.
Really?
Yeah. I think because this is so draw heavy, we're going to go ahead and bet pretty strong. We can see a lot of check raises here on draws, and then we can just get the money in. There's just so many bad cards, we really can't check that one behind. It sucks because we kill the action probably 30% of the time when nobody has anything, but 5 players in the pot, somebody should have something. Dun, 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 dun. Where are the rest of my tables? I am going to raise this up. Yay. Take down. I don't mind that. Nope. Okay, well, you guys missed the first part of this because apparently Twitch was messed up and I had to restart. There's been a lot of problems on the Twitch server today, so I don't know what the story is. But I entered the 2250 freeze out, the $20 buy-in freeze out, and went out the first hand. Ace King versus Queens. What are you going to do? I think we can bet small. Probably gonna have to bet twice. If we get raised here, obviously we're just done with it. Player calls. I don't expect him to fold a king, honestly. I just have to bet so I don't get called down by like nines. Or not nines, but hands that can draw out on me. There we go. Hey, what's up, DeBoss? You tell me, man. Was I live at all a minute ago? Because it said I was live, but I couldn't find it on the stream or on the on Twitch. So I restarted and just live for like a few minutes now. Let me get on all the 10 and Ls. There's one more 50 that I'm going to get on. And move this over here. Yeah, I think that's better. I'll have to change this later, but until we get a full screen, I think it's fine. That's pretty good. We're going to go ahead and just bet the equity. Ooh, there's a 10 and L. Player calls. Queen on the or ace on the turn isn't great. Honestly, there's a lot of straight draws and aces that get there. He can have it. Let's see. Let's put this right about there. Small ones are 10 and Ls, these bigger ones are 50s, and this one on the top right is the tournament. Pretty standard. I'm not waiting on a 10 and L blind. Ooh. Pocket jacks and kind of a madman posting in over here. So we see a raise. I am going to re-raise. I think we can just go 7. I don't think we have to over extend ourselves here. This is more so to buy position and push other players out of the pot. I don't want to go, 2 or 3 ways. If this player rejams, it kind of gets interesting because that would incentivize this player to rejam lighter, but it's not an issue, I guess. He just folded. I mean, he's raising out of early position. I'm re-raising out of an early position, so it's got to be scary for him. Just so as much as me. So when we see a 4-bet, I don't really think we're ever up against ace-king, ace-queen. Even the call is not great. I'm going to go ahead and down bet. Just about a third pot. There's a lot of hands he's going to continue with. There's a lot of hands he's going to raise with. We're going to go ahead and try for the value here. I can definitely be beat, but I think we have to keep betting. Sometimes it's just got me crushed with queens, right? But there it is. Well, could have checked the turn for sure, but then I'm going to get bluffed on all rivers. I don't think I'm ever even remotely ahead here. I think sometimes I can win with a 3 or a jack, but I think I'm kind of fucked here. This at bare minimum is kings with the king of spades. So we're just going to go ahead and fold. Could have had the aces with the, or ace king off with the ace of spades, I guess, but nobody's going to play the hand that way. He's just going to check jam on flop. So I could have checked turn for sure. Maybe I barreled that a little bit too loose, but I'm seeing way too many good results that way. Get rid of this one. Nice little annoying start to the day. Honestly, I think he was just aces or kings with the Ace of spades. Honestly, he was probably most likely the aces with the ace of spades, because that was kind of very comfortable on the flop. And I mean, unless he had exactly queens, and I don't think he's jamming queens on that turn. There's just no, well, I mean, he could lead river, but maybe he's afraid the spade comes off and I kind of lose hope. So, I guess if you have queens, you can play it the same way. It did take a while to call pre-flop, so... I mean, usually that's just somebody trying to figure out how best to play their hand, but I think, especially on this site, especially this certain player, I think it's more likely queens than anything. I came when a notification popped up. I don't think I saw the hand you mentioned. Yeah, I don't think it got put out there. I didn't see it in my VOD or anything like that, so... For some reason, when I started streaming, it does, the 4-minute delay, but in that time, it was showing me the dropped frames as like 20% or 25% of dropped frames, so, which kind of delays the stream. Then I have a 4-minute delay on top of it, so I was about 10 minutes into streaming, and the stream didn't start, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I just ended it, discarded the delay, and restarted, and that seemed to work. But Twitch is having some problems. It seems like a lot of frames dropped here.
Stop.
I think we'll just call this one. It's not bad. I mean, we saw a speed check from this player. I think we want to go ahead and bet. I am betting small, which people will see as bullshit. But at the same time, we don't want to overbet because people are going to do dumb shit with flush draws. And, I'd like to realize 100% of my equity. This raise is typically always a flush draw. This call in the blind is the problem. I don't think I can fold at that price, though, honestly. Especially when we expect... Yeah, there it is. Okay, bye. He just filled it. It's improperly played, but this should be like 5-7 or something. Look at this. Re-raise, re-raise. Could have been a 9 on that turn. That would have been great. Like, this is only ever a flush draw here. This is only ever a 5 up top. Might be playing my first real tournament tonight. Want a ticket for $550. Going to try a 4K guaranteed. Nice. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, you're talking 800 players, roughly. It's kind of mid-range. I've been thinking about it, and my success rate, obviously, because whatever, about 500 players is about a 25% ROI, which is absolutely huge. But that is playing the smaller stakes. So most of the tournaments I play, especially on ACR, are 800 to 1,200 players typically. And the ROI on those is a little bit closer to 5%, which is good. Don't get me wrong, it's very good, but it just shows the difference in the size of the fields for buy-ins. This is amazing. People just limp pocket fucking 10s or something and then just fucking play it that way. I'll make this a little smaller. Make the straight. Make the flush. This is annoying. Well, I made the straight, and I have the open-ended royal and straight flush draw. So I can very well be behind, but we're never supposed to just call here. We could be free-rolling the flush, as a matter of fact. Sometimes he has ace-queen, but we still have a shit ton of outs versus that, because he never has the ace-queen of spades, and we don't want a heart to come off, so I'm kind of fine with every result there. If he jams, if he calls, if he folds. I kind of like it best if he jams, but that's just because I get to have more fun. Make an 8 in the limped pot. I'm going to check it. Could have bet it. Just going to keep checking. Honestly, there's not a lot of hands that are going to beat me now. Set of threes. There's not a lot of draws that are calling me that I'm worried about, honestly, because what is it, gut shots? I mean, that was probably just a 9. Okay. Make a king. I'm going to 3-bet. I think we absolutely call. Call here, checking back. Ace-king versus ace-king, chop it up. I'm just going to call this one. I've been raising these 7s a lot in this scenario, but honestly, I think it's okay to just call sometimes. Especially in position and flopping a set. That's always nice. I mean, there are a lot of draws out there. He bets. I'm going to raise. I mean, there's even a chance he has pocket fours, believe it or not. It is a thing. I don't think we see too many folds. We're just going to charge the draw. He can even have king-jack now and just try to decide that it's good. I mean, unless he has exactly 5-6, I'm fine. I'm just going to bet it huge. I think we're going to see a set of 4s and 2 pairs here a lot. I think even if he raises, I don't think I can fold. My hand is just so disguised. And I played it so aggro. Nice. We win. You can take that. We'll fold here. No, thank you. I think we can move this up a little. Alright. Got shot. The EV on it's pretty good because I can bluff a lot of spots, but in all honesty, that player is very aggressive. He may just keep blindly betting, so we just kind of let it go. I'm gonna raise the 7-6 on the button. Nope. And we immediately get fucking 4-bet. Or 3-bet. It is a huge 3-bet. Congratulations, sir, you win. I mean, that's like a pair, jacks, 10s. This is hilarious. My man is a 3-bet fucking monster. I mean, this is just... I should have read my notes. He's 100% VPIP. I should have raised the ace-10. Should have read my notes. This one is on Bovada, so might be smaller, probably a bit softer than ACR. Well, if it's a $5 buy-in and a $4,000 guarantee, they're expecting 800 players. 4,000 divided by 5. 800. That's how they determine the guarantee, is what they're expecting. You may get an overlay, but I'm going to go ahead and bet here. I don't have to bet too crazy, I don't think. Yeah, we just have all the equity. Fold, fold, fold. Fold, fold. I'm just going to play this soft against my man, only because I think he really thinks I would 3-bet the ace-queen suited. This is a bit of a gamble, but not too crazy. That's the gamble, is missing the flop completely. With the player behind, I can't call. If he wasn't there, I would. If there was one spade on the board, I would, even with him there. Jack makes me sad. That's gonna work. Unless he has exactly king-queen. Although sometimes this is like ace-jack or king-jack. It can be ace-king sometimes, but I don't know. A set of fives. I guess this was what? Ace-jack? Queens. It's very hard for me to give that guy credit. Well, I make a queen on the 3-bet. I mean, can he have ace-10? I guess, but we have to just bet something. My man is squeezing a little light here. The ultimate squeeze hand is king-queen. This is brutal. I'm not even going to make a guess. I mean, there are some bets he can make that I'll call, but that is not one of them. Yeah, this player has one move, and we're going to stick him for the whole stack. That, squeezing thing. I definitely could have checked it, but I think I just found out we're up against a set. Kind of funny. I mean, we're just going to call because of the overcall behind. Yeah. Plus, you don't want to get raked for more. I think versus this player, I'm going to 3-bet if he raises. Ooh, he might have known that. What's up, Amfuse? Good old Texas Hold'em. Yeah, we got a tournament here, and we got a bunch of cash games all around. Smaller ones are 10 and L, bigger ones are 50. 50, 50, 50, 50, 10, 10, 10. And this top right is a tournament. It's a small tournament, but I like it. And I do need to get more experience with tournaments on this site. Because there's some great soft-ass Sunday ones that I'm going to be playing. Limp. We see a raise. I am going to 3-bet. This is, again, more so to buy position and keep from going multi-way. Sometimes this player comes along, but I kind of doubt it. We see a call and an ace in the door. I'm going to check, pick up the diamond draw. I mean, if he has an ace, he's not going anywhere. He bets. We are going to call for the flush. Miss it, and he's going to hit it on king, queen, and it sucks. Pocket nines. We're good. I mean, it should be an ace on the turn, but he really shouldn't be betting it after I checked, so we're going to squeeze here. We're going to open up here. We're going to fold there. We're going to do this. That's the thing. They have to bet twice. Like, anybody can take one shot out of position, but it's hard for him to bet twice when I 3-bet pre-flop and then call the turn bet on that board. I mean, I can just have set of aces, right? So, I mean, if he bets the river, I don't think I'm calling, but then again, he's not betting the river. See what I mean? This guy, he's just way too aggro pre. So he made a raise. The big blind re-raised, and he just jammed $50 from the button with tens. Whoa. Gonna raise here. Yeah, he's just an aggro monkey. Look at this. Oh, well, he's only got $2. I didn't see what the stacks were. Just going to call my buddy here. That's a pretty bad flop. 4 ways with a pair of sevens. I often like trying to think about what's the best case scenario for my hand. The best case scenario is this player having 2 pair because he's going to check it and it's going to get checked around a lot when he does have 2 pair. Worst case is when he has a set, so when he gets checked around and I hit a set on the set or a 7 on the turn, that's always good for me. When he has 2 pair, obviously. But obviously we're not going to continue. Everybody keeps coming along. Like, this is why you don't trap a set right here. Like, unless this guy has exactly the ace, queen of hearts, I don't think check calling was ever a good idea. Yeah. Don't know what you're calling with there. If you're not going to bet ace king, you probably shouldn't open it. Blinds go up. Let's raise. I mean, I got just nothing going on here. And I think we want to bet. Right about half pot should do it. Get called. The ace on the turn isn't bad. I'm going to check because this guy can definitely have straight draws. Jacks aren't great. We're chopping an awful lot, but sometimes we beat like king, queen. King, queen? Queen 9. Okay. Interesting. How amazing would that 10 have been? Just going to call this one. I think soft playing the ace-king is pretty good versus under the gun. Can he have ace-queen? Sure, but he's not getting away from that on the flop anyway. I'm probably going to have to call a bigger bet here. But, yeah, unless he flop two pair. Anybody's going to open ace-10 under the gun. I think I got off good. I do have the ace of diamonds in my hand, so could check raise, but I think I'd rather just call. Kind of not 100% sure where I'm at. He shouldn't have a lot of fours and eights, unless that one and he decides not to bet it. Really? That's hilarious. You make your best hand and you don't bet? Wow. Thanks for the showdown. Ace on the turn isn't bad. Don't mind playing against this player. Okay. I think we can call. That jack's kind of the worst card. There's something in my teeth. I mean, not for that price. All right, it's got a sec. Congratulations. For $1. I only got to win about 20% of the time, and I'm going to do that with ace high, or with pair aces. Check. Awesome. Spades can be scary. I think we're going to bet small here. It's okay to just fold. I mean, what are you going to do? Worst player at the table, mid-raises. He might just be controlling for the river showdown. This player's going to have more flushes. But I don't think I'm calling a bet because he's going to have 10-5. Hilarious. I mean, what did the other guy have? Ace-queen suited, so he had a lot of outs. Definitely can't fold, even though I know I'm up against a 10 the majority of the time. No. Looks like top 15 in this one getting paid again. And it's overlaid, so I'm not going to give this... Well, that's a full pot bet. I'm not going to give it up quite yet because that's usually very weak. I'm going to check. Spade on the river, not great. If you bet again, I'll get fold. I lose to a queen sometimes. Kings? I knew he didn't have the ace. Raise. You know you want to. We're just charging the flush draws. This I think we can call one, looking for that 3 or heart. It's kind of the max I can get there safely. Alright, you got it, bro. Pot open. I'm just going to call. It's not bad. It's a larger bet. What the fuck is that? I think our hand kind of looks like a set when we just call. You can definitely have overpairs. I don't think we're folding though. King of the river is pretty good. Let's see, it's exactly aces or the ace king of clubs. I think we have to call here. Kings. That's kind of hilarious that I hit a 1-outer to lose money on the river. It's annoying. Club turn's not great. We're going to check back. I'm going to check back and lose to a king here. Ah, he had a better jack. That's funny. I could have won that one. Cooler, cooler, cooler. He never bet enough to make me fold with the just the raw club draw. I think we just go ahead and bet. Yep, we could just be protecting king, queen, or ace, queen. It's fine. This raise is pointless. This is just trying to ISO and build the pot versus this player, so I'm going to play a funky hand here. Funky flop. Player leads. It's so tempting to call. If I had 5-7, I would call, obviously. I think even 5-4 can call, but my gapper is just no good. So I get re-raised by clairvoyant. I think I'm just going to call. That's a damn good flop. A bet turn. I'm gonna bet river. Fucking joke. My best fucking hands are getting chopped. Yep, he's the guy who's going to have the hand. That river's interesting. It makes everything come in. Gut shot. Gut shot in 2 overs, and it's not bad. Got out good. Kind of depressing when the best thing you can say about your day is I made great folds. Like, no big winners. Gut shot. Hey, free flop. Make a pair. I mean, this is kind of ridiculous. It's going to work because nobody's got anything, but hey, 7 deuce a winner. Nope. What are you doing? I'm going to call this one. Check. 3-way pot. I think we're just mostly worried about this. The lead out for full pot. I mean, these is just the worst. It's just the worst fucking play. Call doesn't have to be much. It can be a 9. It can be 10-9. It can be Jack-10. King in the river. I don't think we see Queen Jack a lot. I mean, there is a double gut shot, but I have 2 queens, so I'm just going to check and hopefully not lose to a king. Ace rag. What the fuck? I don't get not betting that. Getting led into. That 9 sucks. I don't know if I buy this. So this is one of those bluff for nothing. So the King Jack could lead the flop. Have hit the turn. I am just very much so having a hard time believing this. Can this be 2 pair? I think it can be 2 pair. That's the problem. Yeah. He had 1 pair. Should have went with my first instinct. Oh, that's hilarious. If I was running better, I would have called it. The problem is when he has a king now, he's going to do the exact same thing. I mean, is he just this crazy? He's got ace king. See, that's the thing. The diamond saved me. But I can't fold. That's annoying. The no 3-bet with the ace king is also crazy. 10 of the turn's nice. I mean, if he has me beat, that's fine, but I think he's just protecting and going for shit too much. Right? Just chop. Mm. Oh no. Alright, I'll be right back. more so for the novelty and something to do with my hands at times.
Oh. We'll get another set. I don't want to play. We should play Go Fish. Actually, I declare war would be kind of funny with those cards.
I'm going to try here because there shouldn't be a lot of jacks. I don't know why he's checking. Call's kind of funny. I mean, how do I win here? Jacks, that's what he's got. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, does it? I mean, he should be betting the turn. And I think we're gonna bet. Get called. We're gonna bet again. Get called. Problem is all the draws got there. I don't think I can get him off a queen, especially not ace queen played like a fucking idiot. So, way to go. You actually won the max by not 3-betting and playing wrong. He actually gets more if he 3-bets because I'm calling a flop bet. So, Chuchi's tired. Super small bet. I think we can call one here. The min raise is hilarious. Check this one. It's so bad. Might win. Yep. Okay, queen. I mean, he's gonna have some pair, right? Yeah. It's so fucking annoying. Just gonna bet way too much, isn't he? Better for my range than his range, but it doesn't fucking matter. I think I gotta put on the music, guys. I'm getting distracted. So, might not be talking as much. Check. Gut shot. Just gonna bet. Thank you.
Mute your mic while I take these pills. I don't want to cough really loud on it.
Alright.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna mute for a second, guys. I think we can raise here. This is interesting getting min clicked. Fucking 5 comes off. Every time. Can't believe that steal worked. How the hell is that 5 good? King, queen, right? Yep. 2 gut shots. Is this fucker always leading? I'm just betting to control the pot, really. Right? Like, you never have anything. Ugh. Might play a big one if this guy leads. He's just going to have so many worse flush draws that we kind of have to. God fucking damn it with this fucking 7 fucking motherfucker. Ah. And I know I should jam the river. I had to see it. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why. It's because of this fucking garbage. It's so frustrating with this motherfucker, but he's like all the action. Like, do you even ISO here? I'm just going to call this once a shorter stack. It's a full pot bet. I mean, ace-king jams, a pair should check. Nines? You're hilarious, bro. Thanks. Jesus. Thanks for the money. I mean, now this player's raising. This is exactly what the hand we want to have. Ugh. This table's done. This can easily be a trap because he's trying to get this guy in. Trap or not, I got a straight. Limp, I raise, guy jams. Sorry guys, I'm listening to music. If you want to see what I'm listening to, I'll put the links in chat. Just let me know. Full pot. I think I may have gotten the max there. Okay. I think he had ace jack. King jack. Thank you. Hold. There we go. Now we got some shit going. Come on, beep. That's hilarious. Really? Nine's really good. Because if he was a full house, he'll let me know. Yeah, I gotta give it up. He could have been raising on the flush draw. He could have been raising with a set. And then filled on the river. It's just all bad for me. Ugh. Gut shot. It's nice to pick up. Could have 15 outs here. I mean, that should be good. Queen should be good, right? I mean, he should be betting a flush draw. And I think I have the best one. He had ace-jack. Jesus. Has ace-jack, limps it, and then bets it like that. This is gross. Nope. Yep, just gotta bet twice. There we go, there we go. Just needed a little music. Yep. Top set. That's why you don't do that. What's gonna call you? You think he's full of shit. What's he gonna call you with? Hilarious. Like, part of me wants to put the note on him that he did that, but then again, Why? Like, what's the absolute point of that? Like, I'm never gonna fall for that. It's just fucking stupid. Hey, what's up, Chloroform? Thank you for the resub, my man. I appreciate that. Doing good, my man. How are you? Should have raised that more. Just finished my final submission of semester 2 weeks, calm before the final start. Nice. I have absolutely no frame of reference for anything that you said, but I'm assuming that has to do with college. I did not go. Well, I went and then immediately left for orientation. I mean, I'm just never folding with this guy. Oh, a 6, please, dealer. Probably could bluff this, but no. He's just gonna always just nothing. He's doing it to control river, I know that.
Can they hear your music?
What?
Can they hear your music?
No. Oh my god, with this guy. Just need to make a pair once. Limp is kind of odd. I'm still gonna raise. I think I'd rather raise this one. I think this is more so ace-king or something. And raising just looks scarier. If I get re-raised, then I'm obviously beat. Plus, we push out some weak jacks on the back end. You see a call. The heart on the turn is kind of hilarious. I'm going to check back. I mean, I should have all the flushes. It's never a bluff. I love it. Alright, well, this is the guy I've been trying to get. Oh, I thought that was the table with kings. Never mind. Always 3 bets. Whoa, somebody's in there with it. Could he be leading at me with a better ace? Or with a better, than 2 pair hand? Kind of, but... Alright. Top pair. Top pair blind. He's got like ace queen or something. Raise, re-raise, re-raise, call. Look at this guy. He's lost his fucking mind. Three essays do. You can hear it a little. Yeah, well, it's kind of loud in my headphones. But it's just what's coming out over here. Been on essays reports due for the past week. Been on around 4 hours sleep a day. Deadline scheduling. Been so bad for this year for whatever reason. I mean, that's crazy. I never understood that part about... and I hear everybody talk about it with college. I never understood the whole concept of, deadlines and I gotta cram and this, that, and the other. And it's one thing if you're like... if you blew it off all semester, but it just seems like it's so common that everybody always has like everything due all at the same time, so it's like your world just fucking collapses in the last 10% of the fucking year. It just seems like a really fucking flawed system. I remember talking to my dad about when he was in medical school, and he was saying, yeah, they did this and they did that, and these people were real bastards and blah blah blah, and it's like, they were just basically living off coffee and no sleep, and I was like, is this really the best and I remember I was like 17 and I said this to him, which I thought was way ahead of my my thinking at the time, which was like, is this really the best way to make doctors? And he was like, no, it's absolutely not the best way it's done. And he says, when I became an attendee and I started, training residents and stuff like that, he's like, I absolutely did not do that. Like, he's like, I didn't yell at these people, I didn't scream at them. He's like, it's just not in my nature. And he's like, I don't think people learn well that way. And he's right, but the fact of the matter is, he said 99% of doctors are just sons of bitches like that to the new people coming in, because they think that it's some kind of... He said the idea is that it's supposed to be some kind of preparation for what the hectic life you may go through working in the ER. And he believed that the truth of it was just because it was done to them. And he's like, if most people think that like, oh, if it happened to me, then I should do it to the next guy. And it's like, no, bro. So it's a really fucked up kind of thing. And he always, my dad also, his favorite sentence, which he said after that is, people always wonder about, how good a doctor is. And he says the thing you gotta remember is that, what they call the guy who got all D's in medical school when he graduates? They call him doctor. So you should be trying to learn more than just like prove yourself or something like that. He originally worked for a private doctor while he was still working on his residency and, at post-graduation and all that. But it was so bad that he's honestly, I think, traumatized by it. He hasn't even talked about it as much, but the little bits and scrapes and pieces that I've heard are just horrific. I mean, I've never heard my dad talk badly about somebody that they have no influence over his life anymore, but he eviscerated this motherfucker. Look at this, I got sets all over the place. I mean, can this guy just have aces? I guess, but raise now. I mean, if you had pocket aces, this is kind of a good way to play it. Blocker betting the river, I don't really buy. I'm going to raise small. I'm going to bet here pretty big. Yeah, full house, good. I mean, he re-raised pre-flop and then called the turn bet. And then he leads the... I mean, could he have like ace-queen or king-queen? I'm not folding. I'm beyond the point of believing that I can get set over set so many fucking times. So if he played it this way and he jams in with aces or kings here, then he's my hero, because nobody should be playing this hand this way. I honestly don't even think he's going to call. Like, what do you call with? You don't have an ace. Like, I think he was just really trying to force showdown with something like king-queen. Like, that's just weird. It's fucking silly, man. The things people do sometimes. I am going to 3-bet this. It's a little dangerous with this player, but I don't want these players coming in behind. And it's not like we don't have an escape hatch if he 4-bets. Ace-queen's not exactly the nuts. I could definitely be trapping a pair of 10s. Yeah, we're going to give it up when he bets, though. That's fine. There's just never any reason to bet there. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, it's odd. They don't realize the essay questions until about 2 weeks prior to when it's due, and they don't give us any time to do research. I mean, what is the point then? Like, that's the thing that always pissed me off more about, you know, hearing these college stories, is that, don't these fucking people work for you? Like, don't you just pay them like hundreds of thousands of fucking dollars? And I swear to God, like, the thing, the amount of times I've heard the look to your left, look to your right story, you know, these people won't graduate and blah, blah, blah. I would be the only... That's why I couldn't go to college. I would be literally in the class going, well, then you must fucking suck. If fucking 2/3 of your fucking students fail, you just must be the worst fucking teacher on the planet. Like, I would just lose my fucking mind if I heard that. Because it's just such a ridiculous thing. It's just like, you know, anybody in any position... I was once in a job interview between... I mean, this is so long ago. This was after Radio Shack. Yeah, I went to a job interview, I think for Papa John's, because I was a restaurant manager, and I went in, sat down for the interview, and the guy was kind of gruff off the bat, but it was just like whatever. And then, like 5 minutes into the interview, he said something to the effect of, you know, a lot of people... He started the sentence, and I thought he was going to go a completely different way. He goes, a lot of people think that, you know, I'm a really, you know, mean guy and I'm kind of an asshole. And I thought he was going to say, you know, but I just like to get the work done and blah, 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 blah. But he didn't. He was like, and they're right. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah. He's like, if you're going to be working for me, you got to know that I'm an asshole. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he goes, well, you know, I tend to yell and I do this and I do that. And I go, nobody fucking yells at me, man. And he's like, what? And he kind of got loud. He's like, you realize you're in an interview? And I go, you realize you're a fucking human being? And I just lost my fucking mind. And I was like, I don't give a fuck about this job. I was like, you're interviewing me for it. I'm like, I don't have to, you know, I should get this job just based on my fucking resume. I said, you're a fucking formality and you're a piece of shit. You just told me yourself. So go fuck yourself. And I left the interview. I got a call the next day from the district manager telling me to come and, you know, take the job and blah, 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 blah. And I said, look, if I'm going to be a general manager off the bat, that's fine, because that's the job that I was supposed to be there for. And he's like, no, their policy, I had to work under somebody for 6 months, you know, just to get their way of doing things, and then my store would be lined up. And that's, you know, it's pretty common in the, you know, corporate, you know, restaurant world. And I was like, that's fine, as long as I don't have to work under fucking Captain Asshole. And then he's like, what happened? And I told him, and he was like, Jesus. And I was like, yeah, so whatever. And he was like, well, there's nowhere else you can work under. And I said, well, then go fuck yourself. I'm not doing it. And I just hung up. I can't imagine sitting there and having somebody say to me, I'm going to treat you badly. And, like, for what purpose? Like, why tell me that? Like, you could just be you, and then I could go, you know what, this isn't right. And I could say something or I could do something. But the people that preemptively tell you that they're a piece of shit, it's like, okay, I believe you. That's never a bluff. I got it. Definitely got to simultaneously keep up with the lectures, reading, etc. It's not possible. Yeah, it's not possible. That's the thing. These fucking people work for you. It's ridiculous. Yeah, some of the medic students I'm friends with are constantly studying because they have to get something like 90% in class tests just to pass while working in residency for no pay. Yeah. Well, the working in residency, that's one of the few kinds of, I guess, internship type jobs that I actually think is absolutely necessary, and it can't be paid. Because you absolutely need the experience, and you have to be fully willing to be there to, literally become a healer. That being said, you shouldn't be getting, basically harassed. Like, my dad told me stories about how they would tell him, okay, nothing's going on today, you're off call, blah, 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 whatever, but come into the hospital and, shadow as much as you can. And he would stay with the instructor and shadow, and they would do little diagnoses, and basically he was working on the day he wasn't supposed to be there. The guy looks at him and says, it had been something like 8 or 10 hours, and, they don't ever get enough sleep. And he told him to go get some sleep in the break room. So he goes in there, and, he said he just fell asleep, and it was like 10 minutes later, and the guy comes running in and wakes him up. And he's like, oh, what's going on? We got a code or something like that? And he's like, no, but you're never allowed sleep. He put him to go to sleep, and then he woke him up, and he was like, you just have to know you're always going to get woken up. And I couldn't imagine somebody doing that to me. I couldn't imagine. That's just cruelty. It's literally a form of torture, is denying somebody sleep. Like, I'm not even, that's literally a form of torture. We're going to 3-bet here. This is so odd, and I'm calling it because it is so odd. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. This is the problem right here. But he shouldn't be too happy about this either. He should have a lot of draws. I think we can fold this now. God damn it, son of a bitch. The problem is he's going to be betting a 10 here. I think we have to call. I think I'm outkicked a lot. Ace King, what the... King 7, like, that's why he's betting, but he didn't go for it, so he cost me money. He's literally, he's supposed to just keep betting. Bet the fucking turn. And then he calls one bet. What the fuck is going on? That is just absolutely, unbelievably atrocious. Okay, well, when this fucking idiot 3-bets, I have no problem trying to flop a set. One time. I mean, he's always just going to have an overpair. He never has fucking even ace king here. Check. This is not a bad flop for me, but it's not awesome. We obviously can't bet it for value right away. I don't think we see a lot of bets on the flop that are actually an ace. I mean, never anything confident for full pot. I mean, is this really the way this goes? Who the fuck bets pot on this fucking board? Like, and if I just call, he's gonna fucking do it on the river. Oh, it's so fucking gross. That's so fucking frustrating. And the thing is, it's one of those ones where nobody does it, so this guy's gonna do it. Well, we're obviously getting the money in here. Good luck. Sick re-raise, bro. Aces. Unbelievable. Can I get a king? Nope, there's an ace in the door. Awesome. Put a 6 out there. At least crack this fucking idiot. I just run right into fucking aces in this fucking tournament when I have kings versus the worst player, by the way. I took most of that stack off of him. I don't know why these fucking people are betting. They don't even know why they're fucking betting. Most of us have to pick up part-time jobs just to pay rent and eat, but during exams and deadline weeks, we have no choice but to skip work and get fired. Yeah. I've heard about that happening quite a bit, too. Where it's like, basic survival. And all this shit is crazy to like people from the UK and shit. Like, because they sit there and, university's free. And fun fact, I remember watching this video a long time ago about what the real difference is between colleges. None. Like, it's all the same curriculum. Like, there's a little bit of difference, but any state school is going to be just enough to get you whatever training and certification you need. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. I used to love, because what in the fuck is happening here? Internships need to be paid, otherwise we can't eat. See, here's the thing. I don't agree that they should be paid, because I think the level of commitment, just for doctors, just for a doctor, I think for any other profession where lives aren't on the line, yes, you can absolutely pay people. My feeling is that you can't pay people for the internships to be doctors because of the fact that there's bad people at every job that are just there for the money. Now, I know it seems ridiculous, but it would happen, and that would cost lives later. But I do think that your food and your room and all that, I think all that should be covered. I don't think you should need to worry about the finances of that if you're going to go through this hell. So that's all I'm saying. I just don't think there should be any monetary exchange. I think there should absolutely be, okay, you're an intern. All right, well, while you're an intern, you get free food, you know what I'm saying? Because you're working, essentially, you know what I'm saying? So the hospital should feed you, all the time. And the hospitals make money. Hospitals are private businesses. Like, that's what people don't realize. Like, when you hear about, like, how can this do that and how can this do that? Literally, the doctors are doctors. The hospitals are businesses. The amount of bullshit you have to go through with the clerical side of medical stuff is unbelievable. My mother used to break down in tears because she did the bookkeeping at my father's second practice. He had problems with his old partner and just left his fucking practice and fucking restarted it and just crushed it. But my mother ended up doing the bookkeeping. She was a nurse. Look at this. Just aces, just jams. She was a nurse, so she handled all the medical billing, insurance, and stuff. She literally should break down in fucking tears because, like, sitting there fighting with insurance companies over stuff that it says that they cover. She told me a story once about how, and he's a pediatrician, so everything's on a piece of paper, right? Like, if it's somebody who's in their 40s, they can have pre-existing conditions. There can be reasons why you deny them some kind of care or something like that, or testing can be excessive and all like that. But literally, there's a syllabus for children in the U.S. where it says, okay, at this age they get these shots, at this age they get these physicals, at this age they get this, that, and the other. And it pretty much goes till the kid is like 17. Then things start changing. So it's like, if you have good parents, they just bring to their doctor, their kid to their doctor every single time this new date hits. That's, pretty much every 6 months. Until the kid's like 17, then they may have to, or 16 actually, because of pubescence in girls, whenever puberty hits. But until then, it's just a sheet. And all insurances know this. So when they insure families with children, they have to cover these expenses. When I tell you the amount of times my mother had to call these places, explain to them what was being done, and that this was standard care for a child of that age, show them the cited reference in the DMS, and then, that it was also in their literature from that insurance company that it was covered, and then had them deny it and say no. Literally breaking the law. Breaking the law. It's really just the most frustrating thing you're ever going to see in your life. I mean, and the thing is, they just bank on the fact that doctors don't have the ability to sue. And, some of them do. My dad, had colleagues who were lawyers over different insurance things. But also some doctors break the system by taking their payment in other forms. Like, my dad treated people for free all the fucking time. It's insane. And he just did it because, like, as he said, it's a fucking kid. He's like, how do you not treat a kid? That was actually the main argument that him and his old partner got into all the time. His old partner was a real bastard. And he wouldn't inoculize a kid if they couldn't get it covered by insurance first. And it's like, really? We're not going to give the kid the measles inoculation? You got to be kidding me. So, stuff like that. I'm going to take a break because that did not go very well at all. I took very many bad beats. I honestly don't know if I'm playing good or bad at this point. I just didn't hit many flops. When I did hit flops, I made money. But cost of the tournaments was about $30, and on top of that, I lost 3 buy-ins playing cash, so it's like, whatever. I'm in Scotland law. Even with free tuition, I still have massive student loan and no money. Yeah, that's the thing. You're forced to take out loans. That's fucking crazy. Unbelievable. I'm gonna be back in a bit. I don't know what I'm doing later today. Honestly, I'm pretty frustrated because I really can't seem to hit a hand. And this is just normal shit. Like 3 buy-in swing is not a big deal. Just very unlucky today. But it can kind of get to you. So I have a few things I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to come back for the session at 7 o'clock. That's in about 4 hours. I'm gonna find a host for you guys, and I'll see you in a little bit. But have a good day, and we'll continue this conversation another time.